try!
Simon, mate, just first of all, initially, your thoughts on that performance?
Oh, look, Sam, I'd say, it was probably a 40%er out of 100. 40 out of 100 is where we sit on that one. Look, it's our first game, so we're going to be a little bit rusty in terms of learning structures and patterns, but I felt like we probably went into our shell a little bit at times there. Too many drop balls for my liking. A little bit of rain's no excuse. The ball doesn't change. So I'd say probably I'd rank us a 40 out of 100, which in terms of our processes isn't that high.
No, so do you think in particular that came in the second half when you made a few changes, things just weren't clicking, or was that the whole way through that you think you guys were dropping too much ball? Yeah, whereabouts in the match did you think you guys really struggled?
Look, in the first half we played into a pretty strong wind. I would have preferred us probably to run that rather than kick. But I thought in the first half we were okay. We let a couple of soft tries. And second half, we did transition all our finishers on, and we have to see them play and they get opportunities. But I feel like maybe in that last 20 minutes it kind of turned into a high school trial where guys are trying to carry instead of play pattern, and it becomes a bit individual rather than team. So I made that pretty clear in the sheds.
Okay, so based off that, I assume you would have been thinking to do this anyway, but are you looking to rotate the squad going into the Fiji clash Tuesday?
Yeah, we have to give guys game time. Look, we have to treat this as trials games to a degree. We've got to play a pattern and structures, but we've got to make sure that we see everyone play. That we've got to make selections from this tournament for Georgia, and we've got to make sure we get it right.
Set piece would have been the most pleasing aspect for you, do you think?
Yeah, look, our lineouts were really good, although I wasn't happy in the second half. We had two lineouts, probably 5 metres or 10 metres out, and they went over the top, so that's not good enough. Scrum, our scrum was dominant, but I'd probably question how strong theirs was, to be fair. So, we've got to be better.
Mate, in the halves, you brought McGregor on quite early, like 5 minutes into that second term. Was that always the plan, or did you think Juiced wasn't quite up to scratch?
No, Juiced had to come off around the 50-minute mark, part of his rehab and recovery from the Brumbies, and he's only, that's his first game back, so he's just getting his rhythm again, and he's with new combinations around him, so, we've got to make sure we give those guys time on feet, but I don't want them injured again.
Mate, who are the standouts for you out there? I thought Scott Young, particularly in the first half, was really good with his carries. Was there anyone else who really caught your eye?
Yeah, I thought Reece in defence was up in the line, smacking hard. Look, defensively, I was actually relatively happy for the first go. We've only shown them some defensive shape this week, and I thought overall our line speed was not too bad. Our contact zone was okay, chop tackle wise. It's just a couple of guys that have got bad habits, and all it takes is 3 guys in your team to have a bad habit of trying to tackle somebody around the shoulders, and they get well over the gain line. So I think that was quite evident, and the boys will get to see that in review tomorrow.
Okay, so, mate, just back into the halves area, are you looking to sort of keep these combinations where you play both the ACT boys today? Is that a factor when you're looking to bring a guy like potentially Hamish Stewart later down the track, or bringing McGregor in for a bit more footy? Is that state combination important to you, or are you happy to sort of chop and change with states?
I'm happy to chop and change. I think the first run, we probably have to be a bit more consistent in terms of keeping them closer to connections they've got. However, as this team evolves, it'll become a team rather than a state. So, and we've just got to try to transition them into knowing each other. And you can see today some guys just not quite knowing what the guy inside them or outside them's doing. And we've got to make that better. So we've got to make them cohesive, more cohesive than what they are.
And just finally, any injuries out of that one?
Yeah, McGregor's hurt his ankle there, so I'm not sure where he had to come off. So we were down in the backs for the last little while, but hopefully he gets right. Other than that, I think everyone just got a good hit out.